Alan Moore. Yeah, Alan Moore is more. That's more of like a geek kind of thing. I don't hear that as much. I was in the mall once though recently, and I was walking in, and so there was some kid who was like maybe 17, 18, with his girlfriend, and he made a ZZ Top joke to his girlfriend, and I heard it. And I was like, I didn't care, but I turned around and I went back and I said in front of his girlfriend, if you're gonna make a joke about somebody, I was like, one, make sure they can't hear you. Two, you gotta be more original than that. Because I just wanted to shut him down and humiliate him in front of his girl.
I like it. It's very Old Testament. I like
Was she shaking her head and like, oh my God?
She
Pathetic.
was probably looking for mall security.
Yeah.
A fat guy from the Duck Dynasty is bothering us. I was trying to figure out, I will be honest with you, I didn't watch The Greatest American Hero when it was on TV.
No?
And I can't figure out why. I'm trying to remember because it would have been, what years was it on? It was the early...
We started shooting in '79, we did the pilot, and then we were down after we did the pilot to see if it was going to get picked up. And when it was picked up, we started back in the first part of 1980, and we went to '83. October of '83 was our last shows.
Like, I have a pretty good, despite the number of drugs I've done, I still have a pretty good memory. And I think back and I'm like, why did I not watch the show? Because it was popular. It seemed like it would have been my thing. And I just don't know. I have no answer. But what I do remember, and this is really what, let's talk about me for a minute.
Yeah, if that's okay.
I noticed.
He's good at that.
What really like began my love of horror was Stephen King, and the first Stephen King book I ever read was Carrie, and the first Stephen King movie I ever saw was Carrie.
Is that right?
And dude, the impact that, like, you have no idea, like watching that bucket bounce off your head and knowing that, like, wow, Tommy Ross is a goner.
I got stunt pay for that. Yeah. In fact, you can still feel the bump right there.
Can you really? No? Did they use a stuntman, or did
No,
they
no,
really
no, no,
bounce
that
it
was
with
me.
you?
And-
You did your own stunts.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a stunt. It was like a paper mache bucket that they dropped on a ladder over me, and we only did one take.
Nailed it. First take.
One take, got it the first time, and Bryan said, I love it, let's go on. And, but let me digress for 1 second. Incidentally, at the Saturn Awards a week ago, I got to finally meet Chloe Moretz, and who played the new Carrie, and I gave her a Saturn Award for Best New Young Actress in a Horror Film, and she won for the new Carrie.
Had you seen it?
I have not seen it. But I've seen her work. I've loved her, and Let the Right One In, and Kick Ass, and some of the other stuff she's done. What a
She was in
wonderful
30
young
Rock.
actress.
She played Geis's granddaughter or something.
Yeah.
But the thing that I felt about her was that she wasn't plain Jane enough. Like Sissy Spacek, while beautiful, they still were able to make her look very mousy and unsure of herself. And that girl, you're like, well, she's stunning. She's like one of the most beautiful girls you've ever seen.
She's
like,
a
I don't
very
care what school this girl is going to. I don't care.
She's
You're
popular.
going to hit on her.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
My God.
Did you see the new one?
I did see the
What'd
new
you
one.
think?
I'll be 100% honest.
Yeah.
It did not touch. It couldn't possibly touch.
That's like trying to remake, Citizen Kane, or an iconic film from out of the Brian De Palma. I mean, that was a seminal film for him. It really put him on the map.
And it wasn't easy to get it made, right? There were some like issues in the beginning with financing, I read, and it's just, I guess, like every movie in the history of
It's always a
filmmaking.
miracle when a movie gets made. Always.
When it gets made, yeah. But like, when did it occur to you, like, holy shit, like I'm part of something like super badass?
No, I don't think anyone felt like that at the time. We were all just kind of young kids hanging out and having a good time. I mean, it was, for me, it was as a young guy, I was in my early 20s, and there was like lots of pretty girls everywhere. So I was in heaven to go to work every day,
It's always good motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I related to it because in 7th grade I had an incident in the showers where people were screaming "plug it up" at me and throwing tampons. But no, God, I mean, it's it's perfect in every way. It is honestly like a perfect movie, and also the girl who played Sue Snell in the new one.
Okay.
Very pretty, but god damn, she's so tall, isn't she? I've never seen I can't remember her name, but
Yeah, I can't remember. Yes, you're
again,
right.
again, like everybody's like in the remakes, they remake these movies, and everyone is just they don't look like everybody looks like a supermodel.
Well, Julianne Moore was marvelous in the film.
She was good in it, yeah.
Very, very
Yeah,
good.
she was really good in it, but she was still no Piper Laurie,
No,
you know.
no. Piper was pretty amazing in that.
Julianne Moore's not in the audience, is she? I wouldn't want to offend her.
I think you're safe today.
But you said also that you made a comic book. You were an author.
Yeah, you have a
yeah.
whole company, and you made a series of comic books.
We did, and in 2008 we released. My friend Chris Foligno and I started a company called Catastrophic Comics, with a C, not a K. And we did 3 books, and that was one of the books we did. We did 3 issues of Greatest American Hero.
Yeah.
We retold the pilot, and then we did. We ended the cliffhanger at the end of those 3 books was the fact that Ralph sees his red suit on the chest of drawers sitting there at night, and the belt buckle starts to glow. And my idea was eventually we were going to examine what that belt buckle was, and that it was going to be a Chinese puzzle box and a portal to another dimension. But we never got to do a 4th book.
Never got to do it, huh?
No.
It's not too late, man. It's a whole different world now. Self-publishing, you can put anything
Yeah,
out.
well,
For Christ's sake, the fact that like me and him are sitting up on this stage shows how different of a world it is. We have
Yeah.
no right being up here. None.
Yeah.
Zero.
I guess anything's possible
Yes,
now.
anything is possible. Anybody out there can look up on this stage and feel inspired and be like, really, those guys? Those guys?
Yeah.
It's true.
Right, you deservedly more than anybody. I mean, I know you're looking at me too, us too, and you're like, really, these guys on TV, on AMC, no less? Like, it's criminal. It's criminal.
It really is. You should place Ming under citizens
Are you
arrest.
sure? Are you sure? You haven't been canceled yet?
No, and actually, we're coming up on our 4th season.
Oh,
which is,
wow.
Yeah, every
It's
season it
amazing.
becomes more and more like, really? Wow, that's strange. We got to come up with more bullshit.
Oh, there's a lot of bullshit to go around. Oh, and you also did Sparks as well.
Yeah, I did a film. Well, Chris has
Was that based on a comic first, and then?
based on our first book. We did Sparks, and we eventually made. We experimented with motion comics. Around the time that Watchmen was experimenting with a motion comic,
Yeah.
we did the same thing. So we did the comic book, but we took each panel and we told the story with voice actors and sound and music, and we moved the mouths, and the only thing we didn't have was the bubbles.
Right.
You know, the dialogue bubbles. We didn't do that. And yeah, that failed like the comic book, and that wasn't enough. We had to make a feature film, which has done very well and been very well received by Ain't It Cool and some of the other online magazines, and is in your stores as we speak.
Is there such thing as failure anymore? It seems like to me, no matter how terribly something may do, how dismally something may be received, 10 years later down the road, suddenly like people care about it again, or they make it into something that slowly becomes like a cult thing, Like unless something has absolutely zero merit to it, zero value, I don't know, it seems like it's hard to fail anymore, because if you don't get it on, if you can't, like you have a script, if you can't sell it to Hollywood, you can make it yourself like fairly easily now, Like so it's almost impossible to truly fail,
Yeah, I think that that's why people are such, they save everything now, because you don't know where that, when life is going to sweep that up and it'll become pertinent, where it was passé before, all of a sudden it's reborn and becomes something that people want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that happens for me.
Yeah, you're hoping, like, say, like, what if, I mean, they could remake Greatest American
Yeah,
Hero, right?
They probably
could.
will.
Like, why not?
Well, they've remade Carrie.
Yes.
And they remade Pippin on Broadway.
Yes.
That I did. And so I'm slowly becoming a fossil, you know.
Well,
They're remaking everything that I've been in.
Well, much like Adam West, will you demand that you play the title character? Like
Yeah,
like
when they bring it
Batman
back,
came
when they
out?
eventually bring it back.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't think so. There was, you know, before the late great Stephen J. Cannell passed a couple of years ago, he showed me, and I have it in my library at home, a wonderful script for a 2-hour movie of the Greatest American Hero. But it was when he passed, it kind of went dormant for the time being. But I'm sure someone is gonna redo that eventually.
Yeah, were you able to read through it? And,
Oh yeah, it was a
okay.
very good script. Very good script.
Oh, right on.
Well, good for you. You know what? I put what do you think
never
about are you a social media guy? Do you like Twitter and shit like that?
I don't.
Yeah, me
Yeah, I know.
neither.
I looked. I noticed you weren't on there, which you know, you're too cool for all that.
No.
You don't need all that. I'd latch onto it.
I,
I can't. I'm on my phone all the time.
We do podcasts, which like up until like you really don't have to explain what a podcast is anymore. People pretty much know now. But we have a Twitter following for our
Yeah.
podcast, so I asked people if they had questions for you. So do you want to see if they
Did you
have
see
any
if
good
there are any
questions?
good ones?
See
A
if
lot of
anyone has
times
that.
they're offensive though, like people are idiots, you know, so they'll say stupid shit. Let's see here. It was hashtag. Do you know what hashtag is?
I don't.
Good for you.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you're better off not knowing.
Yeah, let's
It's really
see.
not that cool.
Hashtag yo ho. Okay, there we go. And let's see. Now see, this is what I mean. Like there's another girl that. Okay, on the 4th of July, who do you think the greatest American hero is?
That was a question.
That's a real question.
Captain America.
That-
I'm a fan of his.
Captain America?
It's an
I
excellent.
think he meant like in real life. Are there like would you say it's Ming Chen? Like, would you
I
go
know.
so
I know.
far
I know. We just met. I know
Like,
you have no
would you
idea.
say it so far as to say that it's like a third-rate sweaty Chinese guy who's drunk on stage
Yeah.
interviewing a legend?
I mean, at this point, it might as well be the way things are right now. I'm not even American, so like
Yeah.
that. I don't know if that takes me out of the running.
How dare you? How dare you even be up here, Ming? And my God, that was it. I guess people are actually out there. Oh wait, ask him about the album recorded using the name Billy Katt. So you're a recording artist.
I did years and years ago. You know, I played around with that. And I think me and Richard Chamberlain and a few other actors and some other people, we played with that, but it wasn't anything serious. You know,
Just for the hell of it?
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it?
sure.
What genre of music was it?
It was pop at the time.
Okay.
So not black satanic Norwegian metal?
Yeah.
There was a question that Ming was afraid to ask you, because Ming's kind of a puss, but I'll ask you.
I'm a big puss.
You auditioned for Star Wars. You were next in line. It was either Mark Hamill or...
According
Well, who knows? I mean, Kurt Russell and I did that audition together.
Yeah, I saw it
There's
online.
actually a clip on YouTube. I think I think it was on one of the DVDs. Maybe.
I think every young up and coming star at the time, young celebrity, and every up and coming young actress auditioned for those roles. And I didn't get it. I mean, Mark Hamill did a wonderful job.
Well,
I can't imagine those things without the two of them in those roles.
here's the reason I told him that, like, what's the big deal? Like, it's not like Mark Hamill led a fucking charmed life after that, you know? I mean, it's not like it was Harrison Ford, you know? Like, Mark did some pretty good stuff, but it's like, so what? You weren't Luke Skywalker, like, big fucking deal, right?
Well, would have changed my life. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I would have loved to have done that role.
It would have been cool to do the role, but life-changing? I don't know. Did it really change his life?
I don't know.
Cadillac Summer, Batman,
All those.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess I'm all turned around.
Yeah.
What was the audition process like? The shooting the screen tests and.
Well, I got, if you want to consider it that, it was the Booby Prize. I mean, I got the role of Tommy Ross and Carrie. What had happened is that Bryan and George Lucas and Brian De Palma were auditioning at the same time. So they were, I got to audition on camera for both, and I ended up not getting the Luke Skywalker role, but I did get the Tommy Ross role. And it really launched my career in the film industry, or television, or whatever you want to.
I know it's meaningless coming from me,
Yes.
but I'm happy you got the Tommy Ross role.
Oh, thanks.
Dude, you were awesome in it. You were really good in it.
Oh, thanks.
The poem, it was beautiful. 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 What a condescending prick. He played that so well, that dude, didn't he? What a jerk off that guy was. Now, like during the shower scenes, where you did you try to sneak a peek? Like in the shower scenes, like not necessarily like the plug it up, because that's kind of like nasty and mean.
No,
but
no,
the regular scenes
I
where
didn't even
there's
know
just,
I was as shocked as anyone when I saw the opening of that film, when you saw all those young girls in the shower scenes. It was like, that was pretty risque at the time.
it's super risque, and plus you're like, holy shit, I know all.
I mean,
them.
it was amazing.
I know them all.
Yeah, I know them all. Yes.
I've spent 10 years on the internet looking for internet porn just for one person that I'd be like, ooh, I know her.
Has it happened yet?
No, and it hasn't happened.
Yeah, it hasn't happened to me either.
And the
but-
thing is, like, the older you get, the less likely it is going to happen, because how many, like, nearly 50-year-old women are like, I know what I'll do. I'll post a nude selfie and put it up in an amateur porn site. It's probably not going to happen. I think it's over for me, Bill.
So yeah, you might as well just end it now.
Yeah.
And, what else do you have to live for?
Oh, well. Yeah, really, that was it. I just realized that right now. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. Is that it? Is that we don't want to hold you here too
Greatest
long.
American Hero. They actually changed the name of the title character after it was it Ralph Hinckley?
Yeah, it was Ralph Hinckley.
Until that asshole John Hinckley shot the president, they changed the last name.
That's
of the
why they
character.
changed it, really?
Yeah.
That is why. Yeah.
Even it wasn't so PC back then, but they decided to do it back then, which I thought was overly
Yeah,
sensitive.
it was everywhere that afternoon. I mean, they called us on the set. That
that
afternoon?
afternoon?
It changed that day. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then for one episode that was called Mr. Henley.
Yeah.
And then really the way the way it evolved, the name change, was that Michael Pare came up one day on the set shortly thereafter and called me Mr. H, and it became Mr. H from that point on.
Hmm. There's a rumor floating around that you can't get any hooks to hang your sign up, like
At your booth. That's criminal.
Just an inside joke that we have because we're friends. You know,
Yeah.
you don't understand.
Yeah, we're all homies now.
So are you going to? So from here you go to your table and you sign and you're going to meet people and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, one-on-one, something
One-on-one.
that frightens you.
Yeah. I'll stop by. You tell me how it went.
Okay.
We should let you do that. I mean, really, you're not
Oh,
making
make
you're
money.
not
Yeah,
making
you're not making
you're not
money
making
here.
a dime up here.
No, although, are you doing a lot of these cons this year?
Not a lot.
Okay, I know you're going to Connecticut. We'll see you up there. We're going to be stalking you
We'll
throughout
be
the
in
year.
Connecticut, and I think I'm going to go to Kentucky, where my good friend George Wendt is going to be, and we're going to do some stuff and promote House, which is a film we did together, which was kind of a
Back
successful
in
cult film.
'86, was it?
86 we did that film.
Were you a fan of House?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
Mhm. You can. I loved all like '70s and '80s. Or like I wasn't a big fan of like at the time I was the slasher stuff. Not so much anymore. There's just like nothing really. There's just nothing new anymore. You know, what are you supposed to put out now except remakes of, like they do Prom Night, except it's like rated PG. How the
Yeah.
fuck do you do Prom Night PG?
No,
I mean, how
that's
do you do
why?
that?
Why would you even
Yeah,
do that?
it's
Why?
crazy.
Yeah, that's the bigger
Oh
question.
wait, money. That's right.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, there is that. A friend wanted me to ask you, the Mego dolls back in the 70s,
Right.
I guess they came out with a Greatest American Hero one, but
All you bastards better be going to line up at his table to give him money.
Right.
Yeah.
He was telling me I had a very short run, maybe I had a very short run. Did you get one?
I got one.
Yourself?
I got three. I got three Amigos. Yeah, Amigas.
And
How many were there? How big was the
I
run?
don't
it was
think they-
very small.
Very small.
Yeah, so they're rarities. Like Rob Bruce would be all over that.
Yeah, because he knows who Rob Bruce is. Just
Yeah.
push him off
Yeah.
the fucking
Yeah, just
stage.
push me
Jesus
off.
Christ.
Just push-
It's an embarrassment. I
Just push-
apologize.
Yeah,
One Bloody Mary.
I know, and I'm gone. So I guess I should admit that I almost bought a DVD bootleg of the entire run of Greatest American Hero. It didn't come out till I think '06, I think.
Yeah. 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 Blockbuster flew me down, actually to Florida somewhere. They did a big release. And Cannell said it was probably one of the best in his library of pantheon of pilots that he had done. It was the best selling that he had had.
Really? I knew. Was he you almost?
Did he give
Didn't
me
he?
a dime? No.
Of course not.
Yeah, I remember it wasn't available for the longest time, so I saw it at a con table, and I thought about buying it so I could also bootleg it, because
So you're going to try to make some money off
right, yeah, off his back, off his
Jesus.
back. But I didn't do it. To my credit, I didn't do it. But yeah, there was a period where I was bootlegging.
I love it when people pat themselves on the back for not committing crimes
Yeah.
that they shouldn't have committed in the first place.
Yeah,
He's the greatest American hero.
right. I am. I'm sitting right here. Sitting right here.
Well, thank you, sir.
Okay, man.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
I'm
you
sure I had a
being
nice
here.
time. Thanks, Bryan.
It was very nice to meet you.
You
It really
too.
was.
Huge thank you.
Thanks, Ming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
William
guys.
Katt, everybody. William Katt.